Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to welcome you all today. Thank you for being here. Today, we will be discussing an important topic in clean room technology. The presentation is titled Qualification of Clean Room with a focus on HEPA/ULPA filter integrity. Over the next few minutes, I will guide you through the key aspects of maintaining and verifying filter integrity to ensure your clean rooms meet the highest standards. So, let's get started. Let's take a closer look at the filtration hierarchy in HVAC systems. At the beginning, we have the pre-filter, which serves as the first line of defense by capturing larger particles. Moving on, the fine filter targets smaller airborne contaminants, helping to improve air quality further. Finally, we have the HEPA or ULPA final filter, which are essential for achieving the highest levels of cleanliness. Now, why are HEPA and ULPA filters so important? They play a critical role in contamination control within cleanrooms. Their main functions include removing airborne particles that could compromise product integrity or process safety, protecting sterile products from microbial contamination, and maintaining the ISO cleanliness classifications necessary for many high-precision environments. They also support laminar airflow systems, which help ensure a uniform and contaminant-free airflow pattern. You'll find these filters in a variety of applications, such as sterile pharmaceutical manufacturing, aseptic filling areas, biotechnology cleanrooms, semiconductor fabrication, and even hospital operating theaters. In all these settings, maintaining a controlled environment is vital, and HEPA or ULPA filters are key components in achieving that goal. Let's take a closer look at the key performance criteria that are essential for filter effectiveness. First, particle capture efficiency is critical. It tells us how well the filter can trap tiny airborne particles. Leak tightness is another vital factor. It ensures that unfiltered air doesn't bypass the filter, maintaining the integrity of the clean environment. Airflow uniformity is also important because it guarantees consistent filtration across the entire surface, avoiding weak spots. Lastly, structural integrity ensures the filter remains durable and functional over time, even under challenging conditions. Moving on to common standards, there are a few key ones we should be aware of. N1822 and ISO 29463 are international standards that define performance and testing requirements for high-efficiency filters. The IESD recommended practices provide guidelines for testing and quality assurance, ensuring that filters meet industry expectations. Now, let's compare HEPA and ULPA filters. HEPA filters, which stand for high-efficiency particulate air, are designed to remove at least 99.97% of particles as small as 0.3 micrometers. They're commonly used in pharmaceutical cleanrooms where maintaining a sterile environment is crucial. ULPA filters, or ultra-low penetration air filters, take this a step further with a removal efficiency of 99.9995% at 0.12 micrometers, making them ideal for applications like semiconductor manufacturing and nanotechnology, where ultra-clean conditions are essential. In terms of pressure drop, HEPA filters generally have a lower resistance to airflow, which means they require less energy to operate. ULPA filters, on the other hand, have a higher pressure drop, leading to increased energy consumption. So, selecting between these filters involves balancing the level of filtration needed with energy efficiency considerations. Understanding these differences helps us make informed choices tailored to specific cleanroom requirements, ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance in our environments. So let's talk about what filter integrity testing actually is. Essentially, it's a way to make sure that our filters are functioning properly and that they're maintaining the high standards we need for contamination control. An integrity test checks that there are no leaks in the filter media itself, which is crucial because even small leaks can compromise the entire cleanroom environment. It also verifies that the gasket sealing the filter is properly installed and sealed, ensuring no air escapes around the edges. Additionally, we want to confirm that the filter's frame remains solid and intact, because any damage there could lead to failure. And finally, It's important to check that the entire installation is leak-free, so the air passing through is truly clean and free of contaminants. The main objective here is to make sure that the clean air delivered to the cleanroom truly meets our contamination control requirements. This is vital for maintaining product quality and worker safety. Now, you might also hear this test called by a few other names, like the HEPA leak test, DOP test, PAO test, or aerosol challenge test. They all refer to the same fundamental process, which brings us to the principle behind it. The core idea is pretty straightforward. We introduce an aerosol challenge upstream of the filter. Think of it as a test spray, and then measure downstream to see if any particles penetrate through. If we detect particles downstream, it indicates a leak or failure somewhere in the filter system. This method helps us ensure that the filter is performing as it should and that the containment is effective. So, in essence, filter integrity testing is all about verifying that our filters are reliable, ensuring the clean air we rely on remains uncontaminated. Now, let's take a closer look at the regulatory expectations surrounding HEPA filters in sterile manufacturing areas. It's essential to understand that these filters must undergo integrity testing at several key stages. First, during qualification, we verify that the filters meet the required standards before starting production. Then, after any maintenance activities, it's crucial to retest to ensure the integrity hasn't been compromised. Additionally, periodic testing during operation helps maintain ongoing assurance of filter performance. There are also various guidelines and standards that inform these requirements. For example, ISO 14640-43 outlines the test methods for cleanrooms, while EU GMP Annex 1 emphasizes HEPA integrity verification specifically. The WHO GMP sets expectations for HVAC qualification, and the FDA aseptic guidance focuses on controlling environmental contamination. Other standards like ISO 29463 and N1822 specify filter classification, efficiency, and leak testing methods. Lastly, IESD RPCC 034 provides detailed methodologies for HEPA leak testing. All these standards collectively emphasize the importance of rigorous, ongoing testing to ensure the sterility and safety of manufacturing environments. This is a vital part of maintaining compliance and, most importantly, safeguarding product quality. Let's take a closer look at the types of aerosols we use in testing. We typically work with PAO or polyalpha olefin, which is a standard aerosol for these tests. DOP or dioctyl phthalate was once common, but has been discontinued in many regions due to health and safety concerns. Lastly, we have DOS aerosol, which is another option, especially in specific applications. Moving on to the test areas we cover, we look at several critical components. First, the filter media itself, because that's where the filtration happens. Then, the filter frame, which provides structural support. Gasket sealing is also vital to ensure the seal remains airtight, and gel seal interfaces are checked to confirm no leaks occur at those junctions. When it comes to integrity tests, there are a few standard methods. The most common one is the aerosol photometer leak test, which is widely used across the industry because of its reliability and ease. For ULPA filters, we often use the particle counter scan method, which provides a detailed particle count to verify integrity. Lastly, the factory scan test is conducted by the filter manufacturer before the product even reaches us, serving as an initial quality check. All these tests are essential to ensure our filters meet the required standards for cleanroom and containment environments. They help us confirm that our filtration systems are performing effectively and maintain the safety and integrity of the controlled environment. Let's walk through the principle of the aerosol challenge test for HEPA filter leak testing. First, we generate an aerosol challenge upstream of the filter. This means we introduce a controlled aerosol into the airstream before it reaches the filter. The goal here is to simulate potential leaks by seeing if any particles get through. Next, we measure the concentration of the aerosol upstream, which serves as our reference point. This measurement helps us understand the initial amount of aerosol present before any potential leakage occurs. Then, we scan the filter face, perimeter, and gasket joints with a photometer probe. This probe moves at a typical speed of about 5 centimeters per second, allowing us to thoroughly inspect all critical areas for any particles that might have penetrated. Finally, if we detect downstream penetration levels above the accepted limit, usually around 0.01%, that indicates there is a leak. This method ensures we verify the integrity of the HEPA filter effectively. Remember, maintaining leakage below this threshold is essential for ensuring the filter's performance and safety. Let's start by emphasizing the importance of instrument qualification. All instruments used in our testing must be properly calibrated to ensure accuracy. This calibration needs to be traceable to recognized standards, so we can confidently compare and validate our measurements. Additionally, it's crucial that these instruments are used within their specified validity periods. Otherwise, the data might not be reliable. Moving on to typical aerosol concentrations, we're usually working within a range of 10 to 100 micrograms per liter upstream concentration. This range helps us simulate real-world conditions during integrity testing effectively. Now, regarding the equipment used in these tests, we have some major tools. An aerosol generator is essential for producing the test particles, while an aerosol photometer helps us measure the concentration precisely. Particle counters are used to count and size particles, and differential pressure gauges monitor pressure differences across filters or membranes. The anemometer measures airflow velocity, which is critical for ensuring proper aerosol distribution. Supporting accessories also play a vital role. Sampling probes are used to collect aerosol samples at specific points. Flexible tubing connects different components, making the setup adaptable. Challenge ports allow us to introduce aerosols into the system, and scan manifolds help distribute the aerosol uniformly across multiple locations. All of these components work together to ensure our integrity testing is accurate and reliable. Properly qualifying our instruments and understanding the equipment and accessories involved are key steps in maintaining the overall quality and validity of our testing processes. Let's walk through the HEPA integrity test procedure. First, in Step 1, we need to prepare the system. This means ensuring the HVAC system is fully operational, the airflow is balanced, and the room is stabilized. These steps are crucial because they set the foundation for an accurate test. Next, in Step 2, we introduce aerosol upstream of the HEPA filter. This aerosol acts as a tracer, allowing us to detect any leaks or penetrations in the filter. In Step 3, we measure the upstream concentration using a photometer and set it to 100%. This gives us a baseline to compare against downstream measurements. Then, in Step 4, we perform downstream scanning. We carefully scan the entire face of the filter and its edges to identify any potential leaks or areas of concern. Step 5 involves recording leakage values. We look for leaks and quantify how much aerosol penetrates through the filter, which helps us assess its integrity. In Step 6, we compare our findings with the acceptance criteria. Based on this comparison, we make a pass or fail decision for the filter's integrity. Finally, in Step 7, we document everything. We prepare a qualification report that includes all the results and any deviations encountered during testing. This process ensures that our HEPA filters are functioning correctly, maintaining the safety and quality standards essential for our environment. Let's walk through an example of calculating the leak percentage for a HEPA filter integrity test. Here's the data we're working with. The upstream aerosol concentration is 80 micrograms per liter, and the downstream detected concentration is just 0.004 micrograms per liter. The key formula we use is straightforward. Leak percentage equals the downstream concentration divided by the upstream concentration, multiplied by 100. This helps us quantify how much aerosol is leaking through the filter. So, plugging in our numbers, We get 0.004 divided by 80, then times 100. Doing the math, that results in a leak percentage of 0.005%. What does this mean? Well, this result is well within the acceptable limit of 0.01%. That indicates our HEPA filter has successfully passed the integrity test. In essence, this calculation confirms the filter's performance, ensuring it effectively contains aerosols as required. And, importantly, it demonstrates how precise and reliable these measurements are for maintaining safety and quality standards. Let's take a look at the requalification frequency. Typically, this should be done every 6 to 12 months to ensure ongoing performance. It's also important to perform requalification after replacing filters or following major HVAC maintenance activities. These steps help maintain system integrity and safety. Now, moving on to additional expectations. We need to make sure there's no bypass leakage, which means the filters should be properly sealed to prevent unfiltered air from bypassing. The aerosol concentration should stay stable over time, indicating consistent filtration performance. Proper documentation is crucial, especially traceable calibration records, so we can verify maintenance and calibration history if needed. Let's review the key parameters and their acceptance criteria. For HEPA leakage, the acceptable limit is less than or equal to 0.01%. Airflow velocity must stay within the design limits to ensure proper airflow. Pressure drop should be within the specified range to avoid overworking the system. Uniform scan coverage needs to be 100% of the filter area, ensuring no part is left unchecked. And of course, there should be no visible damage to the filters or system components. These acceptance criteria are the typical standards we use to confirm everything is functioning correctly. Staying vigilant with these parameters helps us maintain a safe and effective clean environment. Now, let's take a closer look at the investigation areas related to common failures. First, filter handling damage can occur during maintenance or installation if not handled properly, leading to leaks or reduced performance. Transportation damage is also a concern. If filters or components are not carefully transported, they can arrive damaged and cause issues later on. Incorrect installation torque is another critical factor. Applying either too much or too little torque can compromise seals and connections, resulting in leaks or system inefficiencies. Aging of gasket material is also something to watch out for, as over time, gasket materials can degrade, losing their sealing properties and leading to leaks. Moving to the table, it illustrates some typical failure modes, their possible causes, and the corrective actions needed. For example, if there's a media leak, it usually points to filter damage, and the fix is to replace the filter. If you notice a gasket leak, it often results from improper installation, so reseating the gasket is necessary. A high-pressure drop across the filter suggests it's loaded and needs replacing. Uneven airflow might be due to blocked ducting, which calls for system rebalancing. Lastly, if there's a false leak indication, it could be an instrument error, and recalibrating the equipment should resolve the issue. These common failures highlight the importance of proper handling, installation, and maintenance. Recognizing these signs early and understanding their causes can save a lot of troubleshooting time and prevent more serious system failures. This is a key part of maintaining system integrity and ensuring reliable operation. Now, let's take a closer look at the different stages involved in qualification, starting with operational qualification, or OQ. This phase focuses on verifying that the systems operate correctly and consistently. Key activities include integrity testing, which ensures that filters and barriers are properly sealed and functioning as intended. Airflow verification is also essential, confirming that the airflow rates meet specified requirements to maintain a controlled environment. Additionally, pressure differential checks help us monitor and maintain proper pressure relationships between different areas, preventing contamination risks. Moving on to performance qualification, or PQ, this stage is about confirming that the system performs effectively under real-world conditions. This involves dynamic environmental monitoring, where we track parameters like temperature, humidity, and particulate levels over time. Recovery testing is conducted to assess how well the system can return to normal after a disturbance, such as a power outage or door opening. Particle count compliance is crucial here, ensuring that airborne particles stay within acceptable limits, which is vital for maintaining product and personnel safety. Together, these activities validate that the system consistently provides the desired environment. Now, let's briefly touch on the qualification stages themselves. Design qualification, or DQ, involves reviewing the design aspects, such as filter selection, HVAC airflow design, and performing risk assessments. This ensures that the initial design meets all necessary requirements before installation begins. Then, there's installation qualification, or IQ, which verifies that all components, like filters, are installed correctly. We also verify serial numbers to ensure traceability and calibration verification, to confirm that instruments are properly calibrated for accurate measurements. By systematically progressing through these qualification stages, DQ, IQ, OQ, and PQ, we ensure that our systems are not only designed and installed correctly, but also perform reliably and consistently, ultimately supporting the integrity of our controlled environments. In our final outcomes, I'm pleased to report that leakage has been reduced to an extremely low level of 0.003%. This means the particle counts are now fully compliant with the required standards, ensuring a safer, cleaner environment. We also successfully requalified the area, confirming that all systems are functioning as intended. Now let's look at this case study. We observed repeated high particle counts specifically in the grade B area, which raised some concerns. To understand the root cause, we conducted an integrity test on the HEPA filters, and unfortunately, it failed. During our investigation, we detected leakage at the gasket corner, with a leakage value of 0.08%, clearly an issue that needed addressing. The root cause turned out to be improper filter seating during maintenance, which compromised the filter's integrity. To correct this, we reinstalled the HEPA filter properly, then performed another integrity test to ensure it was sealed correctly. Additionally, we balanced the airflow across the system to prevent future issues and maintain consistent environmental conditions. These corrective actions not only resolved the immediate problem, but also reinforced the importance of proper maintenance procedures. This case underscores how critical attention to detail and thorough testing are in maintaining a clean and compliant environment. Filter integrity testing really is the backbone of maintaining cleanroom contamination control and ensuring aseptic conditions. It's a critical step that supports many standards and guidelines, including the ISO 14644 series, ISO 29463, N1822, as well as regulatory references like EU GMP Annex 1, WHO GMP HVAC Guidance, IESD Recommended Practices, and FDA Aseptic Processing Guidance. All of these emphasize the importance of verifying that HEPA and ULPA filters are functioning properly. When we talk about HEPA or ULPA integrity testing, what we're really focusing on is ensuring product sterility, controlling contamination, maintaining regulatory compliance, and achieving optimal cleanroom performance. If these filters aren't tested correctly, the entire contamination control system could be compromised. Successful qualification of these filters depends on a few key elements. First, using qualified instruments, meaning they're properly calibrated and validated, is essential. Second, conducting the proper aerosol challenge testing allows us to assess the filter's integrity accurately. Third, periodic monitoring is vital to catch any degradation over time. And finally, thorough documentation of all testing activities provides traceability and compliance. In essence, integrity testing isn't just a one-time task. It's an ongoing process that underpins the safety and effectiveness of your cleanroom environment. It's about making sure that your filtration system continues to perform at the highest standard, protecting both product quality and patient safety. For further support, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help with any questions or additional information you might need. Remember, your success is our priority, so feel free to contact us at any time. And with that, I want to thank you all for your attention and participation today. Your engagement truly makes a difference. Thank you.